Going live in 2 minutes. We are taking phone calls. Eight seven seven 944-8020. 877-944-8020. Come on in the building. We got a powerful show. Should Pastor Jamal Bryant be selling the COVID-19 test, even though it is free? So we're going to talk about it and lead you to a certain place. Hopefully we can get some positive results out of this for the community. 877-944-8020. We're going to get in it in 1 minute. Come on in. Hit that like and that share button. Hit the like and the share. All right, welcome to the Real Truth and Power Live podcast. We're not going to be on long, but we're going to touch up on a very, very serious topic. Pastor Jamal Bryant selling the COVID-19 to minorities. Let me tell you how this topic started, and then we're going to take some phone calls. Someone on my timeline had shared. I got to give him credit for this. And I was like, the COVID-19 test, interesting. So I looked and I saw he was charging. So I went in and I actually shared the post. It was supposed to be a question mark by it. I actually eventually went in and added the question mark. And, so that was great to get some conversation about this because, as you all know, I'm not the greatest defender of the church or the pastors. So should he be giving this test away? It got a little emotional on the post. And I want to take some phone calls on this topic. I'm going to take caller 516 first. I'm sorry, 5162. Let your voice be heard. Hold on 1 second. Are you there, caller? Caller, are you there? Caller, are you there? Let me see what's going on with the caller real quick.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I am. I am here.
All right, man. Could you say your name?
Hear me?
Yes, I can.
My name is James.
How you doing, brother
I saw
James?
your post about him. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, brother. I'm hanging in there.
But I saw your post and I responded to it that this guy is a clown. He has robbed the black community for years, and he's still doing it in Atlanta. This dude is not a real man of God. How are you going to be a real man of God and you out here sleeping with everybody's daughter, everybody's wife? He is a clown, man, and people are buying into this.
Now let me ask
That's
you.
all I gotta say.
Hold on, brother James. Before I let you go, let me. Are you a member of his church?
I'm not a member of anybody's church. I did the church thing for 15 years, and I will never go back. It is the most corrupt institute on the face of the earth. I have a saying: what's the biggest hoax in the history of the black community? The church.
I agree with you. I definitely agree with you there. You said the pastor sleeps with a bunch of women and things of that nature. Him selling the COVID-19 test, you think that's a money-making scheme?
Absolutely. Without question, it's a money-making scheme because it's free. You can get these tests for free. All you got to do is call a healthcare provider, call your healthcare provider. They set it up. It goes through your health insurance. Why are you charging $150 for something that's free, especially at this time when people are out of work? I'd be willing to bet that he had an online service and still asking his members to sow into his seed. Yeah, I'll sow into his ass, all right.
Now, before I let you go, I got to ask you one more question because this is a pastor in the church. I understand you're not into the church like that, as I am not. I found myself, and I believe that people that are in religion, they are positive. Religion can be positive, but I also see a lot of negativity with it. Do you think this is for all pastors? You don't buy it, or do you just think he is just a hoax, a clown, and you need to get him out of our community? Get rid of this dude.
Hey, I got to be perfectly honest. I don't think that there is one legitimate pastor out there. Not TD Fakes, not Creflo, I want your dollar. All of them are criminals. What does Jesus got to do with you having a production company and you making movies? What do they got to do with Jesus? What do they got to do with God? They don't have a damn thing to do with God. All they doing is making money. Look at where Jamal Bryant's church was in Baltimore, one of the most poorest neighborhoods in the city. And he riding around in Bentleys and Benzes, and come on. People need to wake up. Church ain't got nothing to do with God.
Well, I appreciate your call. I definitely agree with you, my brother. Peace and blessings, and to stay focused on building the community for me, okay?
Absolutely.
All right, my man. All right, so that was a powerful call. Let me take the next caller, 9762. You are one down, 9762. I'm going to take 0348 right now, 0348. Welcome to the Real Truth and Power Show. How you doing, sir? What's your opinions on Pastor Jamal Bryant in this test?
Hey, man, I think that it's real corny, man. It's real corny to be charging people for something free. And if he does have the test, then if he is a man of God, then he need to be given them for free, man. He needs to be given for free because people are in need. And like the previous caller said, you can get it. If you go to the doctors and you have insurance, the testing is free. But then also about the ones that don't have insurance, then if you have those tests, then you should be giving them to the ones that are not able to have the test paid for.
Let me ask you a question, brother. Are you a man of God?
I got my I got my reserves about that, man. For me, whatever gets you through the day, if it's positive, then I'm all for it. You know what I mean? I know what drives me. And I also have an understanding of why, religion was created, especially for the black community, was pretty much the controllers. So, I mean, I have faith. I believe there's a higher power, but I can't give it a name or identify what it is.
Now, let me ask you, had the pastor given the test out for free, you wouldn't have any problems with that? Or do you think, previous caller said, he's a cheater, he doesn't practice what he preaches, and we got to get dudes like that out of our community? What do you say about that? What's your opinion on the pastor?
Yeah, he got a poor track record, man. He has a poor track record now. You're supposed to be a representation of a of a figure that they have given us the image of that's supposed to be perfect. So, and you're supposed to be one of his leaders, you know, his warriors in his fight. So, yeah, I don't really feel that brother at all, actually.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Say he gives the test away for free. Would you give him? Would you have given him his props?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, because then you know you're actually working to fight this pandemic that we're in, and you know you're actually contributing to helping solve the problem.
Okay, I appreciate your call, my brother. Let me take the next call, and thank you for letting your voice be heard.
All right.
All right. All right, we're taking another caller. Not going to take too many, so please, if you want to call in now. The next caller, 9762, last 4 digits, 9762. Caller, are you on the air?
Yeah, I'm here.
All good. As you seem like you got
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, you seem like you
What's
got...
going on, man?
What's going on? I understand you had a lot to say about the pastor, so get it. Say it with your chest, brother. Let me talk to you. What is your opinion on the pastor selling the test to minorities? Let me hear what you got to say.
A scam. A scam. You know, this goes back to something I saw and that I heard a long time ago. I saw something in the movie Malcolm X. You know, these preachers are like this. You remember when Elijah Muhammad poured the ink in the water, and he said, if you told people this will cure cancer, they'll believe it? Do you remember that?
I remember.
Okay. Preachers, you know, Adolf Hitler and Ringling Barnum Bailey all said the same thing at one time. And this is how preachers are. If you're going to believe in something, why not believe in me? You know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
If anybody's going to exploit their own people, why not it be me? You know, Jamal Bryant was dead wrong for putting a price on that test. Had he gave it away, it would have been nothing said, because he should have gave it away.
So
people been giving you money for years.
So if he gave the test away, you would be fine with him. Or do you have issues with the brother? Do you have issues with the brother before then, though? Or are you just saying this is the one issue?
No. Well, issues, look at him. I mean, his wife is at the church with him, and she says she see a little young girl that's pregnant sitting up front at the pulpit, and she seen this girl every day and come to find out it's her husband's baby. You know, he should have been had his church taken away from him.
Well, you said something.
His father had to come up here and save him.
Hold on, let's go easy, because I like where you're going. You said something powerful there. You said the church should have took care of him. Why do you think the church is not dealing with this brother? And why is it that our community is letting this brother get a pass? And why are people still supporting him? What's the issue?
Because people are blind, one thing. One. Two, the church is supporting him because the Catholic religion is not only a filthy religion, it's a greedy religion. As long as he's giving money to that religion, they're going to support him.
Now, are you a member of the church, sir?
You know?
Are you a member of the church?
I used to be, but I can't afford it no more. Church is too expensive. You know, you go in church. One time, when I went to church, because I'm from the old school, they passed around a collection plate. Now, when you go to churches, they got ATM machines in their churches. Churches take credit cards now. Do you know that?
No, I did not know that. I haven't been in there in a minute, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, churches take credit cards now, and they have ATM machines.
So what would you say, sir, to Pastor Jamal Bryant, who's probably telling his congregation, do not listen to a heathen like you, because according to him, you're a heathen. What would you say to that, brother?
I would say to his congregation, okay, he has a caddy, drives it home and around town, and you eating out of a soup can. Stop. You know what I mean? Stop giving your money away. If you're gonna give it away, give it to me. I can use it.
Now,
it's that easy.
Now, do you believe in God?
Somewhat. You know, I believe there is a God. You know what I mean? But let me ask you something. Would you believe in something that you can't see?
No, I do not. I believe. Let me break this down. I believe in the spirituality. I believe that's the essence of God. I don't believe in the God that's in the Bible. Okay. I believe in God in a lot of forms. Our ancestors. I believe when you pass away, you're still with us. I believe in that. But I know for myself, after doing studying and research, where the Bible was meant to be a good thing, but it's man-made. There's a lot of contradictions in the Bible and so forth like that. So that's me personally. What do you say about that?
Me, myself, I believe in what I can see. Don't get me wrong. You know, there is a time, but this is what they get over on. They try to get you on faith. You know, faith ain't going to pay my bills.
Hold on,
faith
caller.
Ain't going to put food on the table.
Let me put you on hold because I want to come back to you. Can you hold on for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on for 1 second. That brother was dropping some knowledge. I'm going to come back to him and take the next call. Carl, are you there?
Yeah, this call.
How you doing, my brother? What's your opinion on Pastor Jamal Bryant? Should he be given hold on 1 second. Should he be giving the test away for free, or do we have our hands in the pastor's pocket?
Well, let me say this, brother. Do we even know this news is even true? Like, where did this come from with news source? Because being that the brother does have, you know, a bad track record, especially up in here in Baltimore, because I used to go to the church, and you know, people are not perfect. Nobody that walks the cloth is perfect. But where did this information come from? Because people always try to make somebody look bad.
Well, hold on, caller. Let me pull some sources. CBS.46.com printed an article that he was going to sell a test, but he decided not to. A 2-day operation, and then news1.com. So, do you buy those sources? Are you believing the Lord, or are you following his brother?
There's something else too with that. Is like, you know, when people put out the news, these reporters, they word it how they want to word it to start controversy. You know, and so, I don't.
Hold on, caller.
Whatever one.
Because you seem like you're defending the pastor. I'm gonna bring that previous caller back in, but before I do that, you don't believe that the pastor has been cheating on his wife and got somebody knocked up in the church? You don't believe that?
That ain't got nothing to do with the COVID-19, and that was in the past.
I understand that.
You know,
you are correct.
Right. So I'm not worrying about what he has done already and done back then. You know what I mean? It's all about what you've done now, and are you continuously making the mistakes?
Well, hold on, caller. Let me let you rap with the other previous caller and see what he has to say to you. 9762, are you still on the line?
I'm still here.
What do you have to say to this caller who's believing, who doesn't really care about the pastor's past situations as far as cheating on his wife, getting someone pregnant in the church? He's saying let the pastor go in and lead. Go ahead, he's all right. Let him do his thing with the COVID-19. If they gotta pay, they gotta pay. He's trying to do his thing. He doesn't even really believe the sources.
Whoa. I never said that if they gotta pay, let them pay. I said, how do we know this information is accurate?
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Is it coming from like you named a couple news sources that I never even heard of, because CBS it'll be CBS.com. It wouldn't be CBS1/whatever. News, whatever other ones. If it ain't WJZ, WBAL TV, one of those credible CNN, if it didn't come from a credible news source, then we all know how people try to just run a person's name in the mud just to start a conversation.
So let me let the other caller comment. Caller, do you believe it's fake news, or do you believe this guy's giving the pastor a pass?
Well, I've seen it, on a lot of CBS.com, and then it was also on Facebook too. That's where you can say is it fake news or not. But a lot of other people have printed articles on that. Now, I don't think it's fake news because I don't put nothing past Jamal Bryant. So he has a terrible track record. Yes, he does.
So you saying that
I don't think it's fake.
You don't think it's fake. Now, caller that said you don't believe in the sources, to this brother that's saying he doesn't think it's fake. He's going on a lot of the pastor's previous, situations. Are you saying that that's fake? Are you giving the pastor a pass, or you coming into this, not worried about his past?
Let me say this. Let me go back to this, because we all have the internet and we have ways to research information. And if even if you look at some of these news sources, like some of these, people, I can go home and create a website and say it's a news source and run with a story. I'm looking at all this stuff. The only one that I could say, and see, you even got people on here saying he's selling it for $125. So, what's the accurate number? Now, Fox Atlanta has it posted on here.
So you naming another source, though. By the way, caller, you naming another source?
No, but
okay.
Fox 5 Atlanta is a real news channel.
Okay.
It's a real news channel, and it has him interviewed on here about his talks on handling the coronavirus outbreak. So I would say, before we take information and put it out there, and also for you as a person that is now in your podcast, you're in media, let's not just stir up the controversy. Let's actually dig into it deep to find out if it's true or not.
I agree with you there. Let me hold your thought.
Let me finish.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, because like we said, we've seen it on these news sources. We've seen it on Facebook. I can put anything on Facebook, and people going to run with it. And I think right now, especially at this time with this COVID-19 situation, I wouldn't mind if they actually kind of cancel stuff, cancel social media, because people run. It's like you tell somebody something, whether it's true or not, and they just go run with it and make a situation worse than what it could be.
Now, hold your thought there. Let me ask you this and take you to another direction. Should we even be putting our trust in the church to handle this thing anyway? Should we even be making a big deal about what Jamal Bryant does at all? Should we be not even trusting him because of his past situations and not even looking at this article or whatever the case may be, and putting him in the back mirror of our community because he has let us down by his indiscretions and things of that nature? What do you say to that?
Let me ask you a question.
You talk to the other caller?
Okay. Well, I want to ask both of y'all something.
Go ahead, brother.
I wanted to answer that first.
All right, go ahead. Let him answer it first. Hold your thought. Go ahead.
I wanted to answer that first because if this is fake, because I'm actually looking at an interview right now where he's on Fox 5 in Atlanta, and I was listening to it as y'all was speaking.
Is he denying?
So it doesn't sound like what was put out is actually accurate news. And this is a live interview that I'm watching on fox5atlanta.com. But what I'm gonna say to that is, and I'm gonna act like I still don't even know if it's true or not. If he does have tests and he's putting it out there, and we saying don't put it in the church's hands, But if he's trying to play a part, and I'm not saying if he's charging, not say he's not charging. If he's playing a part in trying to actually get tests to people, why wouldn't we not respect it? Or why would we not appreciate the effort that he's putting forth in his fight for this COVID-19, regardless of his past or not?
Because he shouldn't be charging. The state is not going to charge.
If he's not, I say if he's not charging.
If he's not charging, then my hat's off to him. Okay. But I know Jamal Bryant. It's a catch with it. It's some money going to be thrown up there somehow, some way. People give their money, their life savings, all to these churches. And in a time of need, the church does not come through free of charge for them. People send their money, their retirement checks, give their tithes, give all this money. Now, if they weren't giving it to him, he wouldn't be riding around in a Bentley. He wouldn't have a mega church. He shouldn't be charging for nothing. Okay. Because he's actually working for nothing.
Now hold on, caller.
And getting paid for it.
Hold on, caller. Let me hold on. He made a good point there about charging, being part of a mega church. Let me ask you, 0348 caller, what do you say to that? People giving their money away to the church, always paying for things. Are you defending him for charging when, or should he have said, hey, there's opportunities out there for us to give this test away, or you can go to your clinic, if it is true news? Let's say it that way.
Well, I'm still listening to the interview, so it ain't true.
Okay,
so
but go ahead.
Go to fox5atlanta.com. It ain't true. He's talking to the news camera. Be right with you, baby. So what I'm going to say to that is, and also, you know, 'cause we look at these pastors and everything, and we say, okay, they driving this, they got helicopters going there, and this, that, and the third. Do y'all actually know that stuff don't even belong to the pastor?
Well, hold on, brother. Hold on. Let me address it first, and I'm gonna let you go and call it. A pastor. Okay. What's the pastor with the name? Man, that told his parish to donate to him so he can get a helicopter or a jet. Y'all know the pastor I'm talking about? No. I can't remember it. But what do you say to that? I'm gonna let you go in 9762. What do you say about him defending that on those notes as far as
Okay, E, I'm gonna put it like this. They preach.
You there? Hello?
Thinking. I can see.
Go ahead. Let me interject. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think in some ways we need to just start focusing in on ourselves as far as, do we need to focus in on ourselves as far as um, being more independent on ourselves instead of, everything else? Do we need to start focusing on ourselves? Now, hold on real quick. Hold on real quick. What I'm going to do is I lost you guys. I think I lost you, but you guys can hear me, right? You can hear me? All right. Before we close out, I'm going to call back because I think we may be having some technical difficulties. No, I think we good. If everybody can hear, I don't know if they're saying they can hear you guys in the chat. I just want to make sure everybody can hear everybody in the chat. So if you guys can hear us in the chat, just hit a thumbs up. Somebody hit a thumbs up if you can still hear us if you're in the chat. And we'll keep going on. And I'll take the next caller. Well, say you can't hear us in the chat. Say you can't hear us in the chat if you cannot hear us. Go ahead. Okay, so they said they can't hear the callers. We're going to call right back in so we can bring them up and then we can finish the show. But I want to say while we're doing this, I think that it is very important that we look at the bigger picture here of what's going on with the black community in the church. So, if the brother is doing a positive thing, I want to salute him. If he is, if it's fake news, it's fake news. But if he is doing a powerful thing, we want to salute the brother. Let's put that out there straight off the bat. We definitely want to support the brother and give him his just due. But either way, are we giving too much credit to the pastors? Are we living our lives in this situation where, it's not even worth it? Are we putting too much into the church? And should we be living our own lives? So I want to try to get them back real quick so I can finish the show. And by the way, if you guys weren't listening, we had a powerful show with a sister. So definitely check that out. I'll talk about that at the end of the show. It was definitely powerful. A sister talking about powerful health hygiene issues for our community. So I'm going to log back in real quick and make sure we can still get the callers.
Enter your 6-digit PIN number.
All right, let me see if they're still there.
That was an invalid PIN for Real Truth and Power Live. Please re-enter your 6-digit PIN. If you think you have reached the wrong show, hang up and try again.
All right, hold on. I'm going to try one more time, and then we're going to end it. Hold on one second. But I definitely want to get it across that, I think we should chill out from just believing in everything that these pastors are telling us and putting our faith in the church. I think the church is a tool for the community. It is a tool for the community, but at the same time, we have to be able to, do things on our own as a community. Hold on one second.
Enter your 6-digit PIN number. Welcome, host. You are now in the host room and can manage your callers from the call-in studio web interface.
I was a member of Leadenhall Baptist.
Y'all there? Hello, y'all there?
That's East Baltimore.
All right, so before I take the next call, in fact, I'm going to bring this call in 9151. I'm going to bring you in. We had a couple of technical difficulties. I had dropped out, I think, and they couldn't hear you. But I just want to ask you brothers this. Do you think we are putting too much faith into the church? And why can't we do something as far as putting the church aside and putting in work in the community? I got to ask you brothers, what have you guys done to put in work in the community? Because I don't want you guys disrespecting the brother who's trying to do something and you ain't doing it yourself. You understand?
What is he trying to do?
Well, E, let me ask you this question. E, are we specifically talking about him? Because then when you say the churches, it's more churches in this world than just the church he was at. So we saying are we putting are we talking about all churches here, or are we just talking about the church he was at? Because it's churches out here that actually put forth a good march in the community.
Let me go. I'm using him as a tool or a bridge for pastors like him, but I'm talking about all churches in general. You got to tell me. Go ahead. All churches.
I got a buddy of mine. He's a police officer, right? Are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
He's a police officer, and he said to me, you know what? I'm going to stop the drug trade. That's what he said to me. He said, I'm going to shut down the drug trade. And I said to him, how are you going to do that? He said, I'm going to follow the money trail. I said, you going to follow the money trail? He said, I'm going to follow the money trail. I said, holler back at me in a month. So he followed the money trail. And I'm not going to name the churches, but let's just say he ran into some churches in Baltimore City with some top name pastors. And before you know it, he was shut down by the feds, and they wanted to know how he got that far. I don't knock your hustle, but where's that money coming from?
So I'm gonna
take anything.
Let me bring in a one more call in, and we can end it with you three. 9151. I'm bringing you in. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get this caller in. Are you there, my brother?
Brother Everett.
Yes, sir. So before I begin, I'm making it through. Before I begin, I want to let you get it in. We're going to let 9151 get it in first, but I just want to make sure. I don't want to condemn Brother Bryant, and I'm using him as a tool to get a bigger message across about the church, about us believing in these pastors. Is the church just a business, or should we be doing our own work and putting it in our own hands as fixing the community? Because a lot of people complain, but they're not putting in the work. 9151, go ahead. Let me hear what you got to say.
So I'm all about historical and cultural context, right? There's no way I would get on here and begrudge, demean, degrade the contributions of the black church, specifically, historically and culturally, to the black community, historically, based on our experiences here, right? My issue is not with Christ, it's with some Christians. I believe that's a paraphrase from Gandhi, right? So what are we talking about? Times change, people change, black folks' political and cultural experiences and needs change. The church, the black church specifically, has to change with it. And if it doesn't, then the church is contributing to the demise of the black community. Jamal Bryant is one man. We know his history. No one can come on here and defend this brother's actions. But this brother is not the problem. The problem are the people in our community who continue to create thrones for individuals like Jamal Bryant to sit upon. That's the issue. So where am I going with this?
Go ahead. You flowing. I like it. You flowing. I like it.
We are byproducts of an undereducated society. All members of our society are undereducated. But more so than others are black folks. And by undereducated, I don't mean not educated. They're not uneducated. They're undereducated. The things that our children should be taught in schools, should be taught in the community, are not being taught to them. So they grow up being individuals that can easily, because let's be clear, Jamal Bryant left the Empowerment Temple and went to Atlanta and took over one of the biggest churches in the Mecca of black folk in this country, whose previous pastor was Eddie Long, right? And we know that brother's history, and he did not lose his church after his issues. And I don't want to hear no man is perfect. I don't want to hear that. If you are a man of the cloth and you are supposed to be leading people spiritually, no one expects perfection, but there is a higher moral standard you need to be held to, just like educators need to be held to a higher moral standard. Police officers, firemen, higher moral standard. Politicians, higher moral standard, because you are in control or responsible for people's consciousness and spirituality. You have a responsibility. You can't be a regular Joe. And no one can tell me about Jamal Bryant because I know things about him I've seen and experienced personally, things I know. So no one can come on here and say to me, oh, do you know that? Did you see that for yourself? No, I know what I know personally. Now, he is just one man. He's not the issue. The issue is the flock that he's fleecing. What is it about our community? And those folks in Atlanta, those aren't poor folk that brought him down. What is it about our community that allows us to continue to be fleeced, continue to be pimped, not just by the Jamal Bryant, but by politicians and others? That's the question that I ask. What is it about our community? I'm not here to knock Christianity or knock the church. I'm not going to do that. However, what does the evidence tell us? You ask folks if they believe in God. I don't believe in God. I'm not a believer. I don't believe in anything. I'm a knower. I know God. And that's between me and my God personally. I don't live my life based on belief. I don't begrudge people that do. But when your belief supersedes your common sense, then we have an issue. And in the black community, our hope, belief, and faith has superseded our common sense, our science, our cosmogony, our understanding of how the universe works that came to us here from our ancestors and our ancestors' that came here long before we even, well, I'm not going to get into that, but you understand where I'm going with that.
Definitely.
Right? Our belief and faith in things outside ourselves have superseded what is in us. And that's why we're in the conditions that we're in.
Well, hold on.
Jamal Bryant's a charlatan, but he's not the first, and he won't be the last.
Creflo Dollar, that's the Negro. He said, buy me a jet. People donated to buy him a jet. I'm like, what's that got to do with the word? What's that got to do with empowering the community? And so I'm glad you said that, caller, because, you know, I think we're putting too much faith in our pastors and things of that nature. And like you say, the church has to revolve with the community and the times, and we got to stop this kicking out the dollar and start putting in the work. I don't have to pay all the time. I can use my hands, my feet, my heart to give back to the community.
You know, it was one time when the church was into the community, and that was back in the day. But like the caller said, times have changed. People have changed. Churches went from community to all about money now. Church is actually too expensive to attend.
Well, I agree, and I want to thank you guys for calling. I think we lost the call. I think his name was Carl. We lost him. But the reason I wanted to do this show, and I'm going to let both of y'all close out, the reason I wanted to do this show is because sometimes we use tools to get our people, to call in, and hopefully they can get a different message from it. You know what I mean? So if Jamal Bryant was the pawn to get you guys to understand everything isn't about the church and everything isn't about what a pastor doesn't say, and, you know, you can be a leader yourself and put in that work in the community. You know, I think that's more important right now. We got a lot of struggles going on, and we can't be following somebody that may be leading us in the right or the wrong way, whether it's fake news or not. You know what I mean? That tool is for us to understand and for us to build and for us to know that we can't trust anybody that's not on code as far as getting things together. So I'm going to let both of y'all close out. I don't want to be too long. And then I want to talk about a show that we're going to be airing at 9 o'clock tonight. It's a restream. So let me go with caller 9762. Why don't you close out first for me?
Not to stay on Jamal Bryant, but, it was an issue with him that I had back in the day. Not too long before he left, and it was in the news.
Oh, I was going to say he didn't mess with you. He didn't mess. Him. It wasn't your lady, was it, brother?
No.
Okay.
A lady that got pregnant by him. A lady that attended his church. And she told him that she was pregnant by him. Now, he's supposed to be a man of God, right? A man of the cloth, right?
Yeah.
For the people. Do you know what he told her?
What did he tell her?
He told her to get an abortion. To get an abortion. A man of God supposed to say that?
I mean, I'm not
a man enough to make a baby, but as soon as the woman comes,
I can't defend him because I can't defend him. I don't know too much about Jamal Bryant. Like I said, I'm not into the church like that, so I wouldn't know. Even though I was raised in it, I strayed away as soon as I could because I wasn't feeling it. But yeah, I mean, I think that is a low and dirty thing for a brother to do that. But more importantly, if everybody knows this, why are they still allowing this brother to lead our community? You know, and nobody's perfect. Everybody has their sin. So I'm not going to say he can't be in the forefront. But we got to also be wise in who we follow. And I'll end that on that. And I want to thank you, Colin, for calling in. And 9151, you want to end up?
No problem.
9151, you still there?
Yes, sir.
You want to? Yes, close out for me, my brother.
I choose not to focus on Jamal Bryant because he's just one man and he's one of many, right? That's done to our community was being done. The issue is, why are we so susceptible to being led astray? Jim Jones led black folks to death, literally. You understand where I'm going with that?
So I'm with you.
The question is, how is it in 2020, large members of our community, and it's not just poor folks, those folks down in Atlanta attending his church are not poor, by no means. What is it about the collective consciousness of black people that's allowing us to still need something outside of our community, be it religiously, economically, spiritually? What is it that causes us to need a savior outside our community to come and save us?
Let me ask you this real quick. Let me ask you this real quick. Okay. What do you asked the question? What do you think the answer is?
I think it's a byproduct of our enslavement, our enslaved experiences that did not end with the Emancipation Proclamation or the end of the Civil War, 13th, 14th Amendment. It did not end there. It did not end with the Civil Rights, signing of the Civil Rights Act in the mid-'60s. Our oppression it continued beyond emancipation. It continued beyond Jim Crow. It's continued beyond the Civil Rights Movement. So we're still, in many ways, enslaved, be it spiritually and or psychologically, even though physically we feel like we're free. And I would debate that we're not free physically as well. So until we recognize that, right, begin to wake up, we will continue to allow ourselves to not only to be susceptible to, or not only to be vulnerable to the Jamal Bryant, but also to the Bernie Sanders, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. You see where I'm going with that?
Right, I got you. Well, I appreciate.
But I do appreciate you raising this topic.
Right, I definitely appreciate you for tuning in because we just want to get we got to do better as a community, and that's one of the issues that I think is hurting us. I see one more call. I'm gonna take them, and I appreciate you, caller. I got one more call if you're there. All right, I got one more call if you're there. 9762. Let me see if I can bring you in. 9762. Hold on 1 second.
I'm here.
Are you there, my brother?
I'm here.
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
You know, I think that the black community really needs to regulate the churches as far as much as what they can do. Because the Catholic Church, as well as the black church, they have a lot of power in this city. Did you know that?
Yes, I do.
They have a lot of power, a lot of pull in this city, and they are abusing it. People out here working every day. You know, they talked about this did that for you, this did that for me. No, I went out here and worked. I went out here and paid my bills. I went out here and put food on my table. You know what I mean?
Well,
the pastor didn't do it. God didn't do it. I did it.
Now, I know you had called back because you was on earlier. Hold on. I know you had called earlier, and you called back. I know you had to get something else off your chest. You're very passionate about this topic, obviously. What is it that is bothering you so much about maybe the pastors or the black church, in particular ones like Pastor Bryant?
The way they get over on the black community. They are actually in that church begging for money. You know, they're begging for money. I can see if you went to that church every Sunday and they didn't ask you for a dime. Then I say out of the clear blue sky, okay, it's time to do tithes. Everybody pitch in, you know, this guy. No, they in that collection plate nowadays is passed around like about 3 or 4 times.
So your issue is,
you know,
your issue is with the money, because you know church is a business. Let's put that out there. It's a business.
Churches don't pay taxes. First of all,
it's a business. It's a non-profit
business. Churches don't pay taxes. Right. All they have to pay is their gas and electric and their mortgage. I think they don't pay taxes. So really, to keep the church going, you really don't need that much. First of all, a preacher should have a 9 to 5. His job shouldn't be a preacher. He should have a job too. Because if you relying on tithes to support your family, well, excuse me, I got a family to support too. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Well, you know, when does preaching the word of God give you a job making over millions of dollars a year? Jesus didn't make that kind of money.
Well, you flowing, man, and you hit on some definitely some key points. And I'm glad you called and actually called back, so I appreciate you. And any last words you want to say, just to the people?
I say to the people, wake up. You know, stop believing in faith and believe in yourself. Get out there and make things happen for yourself. You don't have to run to somebody for guidance. Guide yourself. You know right from wrong. You know what to do.
All right. I appreciate your call.
And I'll leave it at that.
I appreciate you. Stay blessed, my brother.
All right.
All right.
You do the same.
All right. Wow. So that was that was another powerful show. And again, I hope you guys, if anything, you leave with something on the note that, you know, we have to start putting in our own work, start trusting just the church to lead us, and we have to lead ourselves. And I want to tell you that it's an important topic because a movement is going on now. So you're either on with the movement or you're not. But we got to uplift our community and we got to search and find ways that we can grow as a community. And believing in a lot of the stuff that the church is doing may not be for us. We have to start doing things outside of the church. I'm not saying the church is bad by no means, and probably we'll do another show and bring in the pastor. John Moran, always calling up to defend the church, but as far as this point, we got to start looking at different avenues of putting back work into the community and other things. But I want to talk about a show it's streamed earlier. It's restreaming live. And we had Sister Tina Ramsey from South Carolina. So the show is growing. You already know we got with Kenny McGee out in Vegas and our sisters from South Carolina. And she's going to be talking about some black-owned products for our sisters. She's going to be talking about homeschooling as well. So please tune back in at 9 o'clock or go to our YouTube channel. And man, just thank you. Another important topic. And again, the brother called, he said it might have been fake news. But remember, we're using this as a tool to open up a broader conversation. Should we even be getting upset with the church? And why are we going through the church all the time when there's other ways and means that we can do things as a community? So I want to say peace and blessings to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Remember, 9 o'clock if you didn't see it earlier. HealTheHoneyPot.com. We have Tina Ramsey. She did a phenomenal job. She's talking about health, how to eat the right way, personal hygiene for our black sisters, some products she's selling. So hopefully you guys can tune in. Peace and blessings. And, don't follow that brother. Follow your heart. Do the right things. Bob Marley once said it's a right and a wrong thing to do. Do the right thing. So thank you again for everybody tuning in. I appreciate you. Show's growing, and we just want to keep giving everybody positive vibes. Hotel. And we are out.